On December 10th, the 6 minority members of the CNMI House of Representatives sent a unified statement requesting the Speaker of the House of Representatives, B.J. Attow, to appoint a special investigative committee
to look into allegations of public corruption, fraud, waste, and abuse of public funds. And attached to that letter were a number of documents.
Documents that include federal court records of the search warrant conducted on CNMI Governor Ralph Torres, the FBI's receipt for property, and also attached were receipts submitted to members of the legislature by a number of concerned citizens. These were documents that were publicized following a release of sealed federal court documents. CNMI House of Representative and Minority Member Tina Sablan tells KUAM that during the House session, a debate ensued and ultimately Speaker Attow did not appoint a special investigative committee, but rather referred the records submitted to his office to 2 committees for review, the House Committee on Ways and Means and the Committee on Judiciary and Governmental Operations. Sablan sits on the House Committee on Ways and Means and says they have met and reviewed the initial set of records. Sablan also submitted additional records
that have come to light since December 10, since that session. And then I also submitted an Open Government Act request that the minority members filed with the Department of Finance seeking all the records that have to do with the governor's official representation, reimbursements, travel, any first-class travel for any person funded, that has been funded by the Commonwealth government, as well as housing and utilities allowances. So all these different types of expenses that have come under scrutiny, we asked for all of that, and we also asked Finance to provide records that detail the policies that govern whether or not taxpayers should be paying for these.
This includes a nearly $30,000 first-class trip Governor Torres and his wife, First Lady Diane Torres, took in December 2018, less than 2 months after Super Typhoon Yutu devastated the island.
This all came from the Commonwealth government. We did ask, part of our request, our Open Government Act request to Finance was also for a listing of all the government accounts that have been charged for all these different expenses.
KUAM was on the island grounds and requested an interview with Governor Torres. However, according to Public Information Officer for the Office of the Governor, Kevin Bautista, the governor was unavailable. The Office of Finance requested an extension, and Sablan says members of the minority went to the Office of Finance to inspect the records they have gathered thus far.
And there were stacks and stacks of records just pertaining to the governor's travel, and all of it, from what we could see so far, has been first class.
CNMI law is clear that first-class travel is not allowed to be paid for by the Commonwealth government. And it's not just the House minority members speaking out. One CNMI Senator, Paul Manglontia, says shortly after the FBI raids on the governor's office, his house, and brother's law firm, there has been growing distrust and a discontent feeling amongst the public.
With all of this combined with the super typhoon hardship, the 72-hour austerity work schedule for the government, people screaming, what is the legislature doing? What are we doing? And so this is tough on all of us. And so that's why in our last session, I supported the minority members' call for an investigation. I think just like in 2012 when the legislature impeached former ex-governor Fitel, that they should also step in today with all these alleged allegations of corruption, fraud, and abuse of public funds.
The extension deadline for the Open Government Act request was January 6th. According to Sablan, the Office of Finance has asked for another extension of 15 days and told the minority members, quote, they have been bombarded by multiple requests for a lot of the same records, end quote, as Finance is manually searching through boxes of paper records to ultimately provide hard copies. The minority members agreed, and the deadline is set for January 22nd. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.